like a boss.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Let's check out ZClassic. I haven't seen that one in a while, so let's do that, right? And what I'll do is I'll break this video out for everybody, you know, that wasn't able to make the live stream. I'll go ahead and break this out so you'll be seeing this real time, firsthand. We will be charting on Mona, right? Real quick, before we jump in there, feel free to join us. #1 Bitcoin group in the world. Just type it on Facebook. Hashtag #1Bitcoin. And we also have the resources available for you guys at bossofbitcoin.com. This is an amazing couple lists I put together to streamline your path to success. You just scroll down. The Cryptopolis report is really a focus on new technology coins, crypto startups that will be rebuilding our future, our civilization from the inside out. I think we will have a $1 trillion market cap here in just a few short months, and these 10 coins will get us there. And then also a lot of people message me about, you know, not having a lot of money, but still wanting to get started in trading. Well, the dream team is for you. You can get all 10 coins right now for under a $20 bill. You can't even take your girl to the movies for $20 no more, but you can get every single coin on this list, you know, and it looks something like Steph Curry at Davidson, you know, lighting it up. Taking them down to the Final Four, making some noise, making history. This is history in the making right now. So the Dream Team is the next generation of greatness. You know, lower cap coins that are not high on the dollar value, and then Cryptopolis is really the movers, the shakers, and the bangers in technology, right? So those are 2 resources we have available for you. Feel free to check them out. Also, make sure you follow me on TradingView, BDKelly1203. I post free charts on there every few days, just like this one, to where I said Ethereum will fall, you know, to 0.085 Bitcoin. You know, I saw a shift in the market. I said if we can buy it inside this box, that's going to be prime time real estate, you know, and something happened. Bam! That's how you get them right there. So this is actually a pretty good situation for Ethereum, but we will talk more about that in a second. Let's go ahead and jump into our chart here for Mona. Did we say Mona? No, ZClassic, sorry. ZCL. Ah, thank you. Somebody said they like the graphic animation. That's your boy BK. I do all my own graphics, you know. This is one of them. This is a little frame we do, little intro frame, and you know, the 4 horsemen right here, boom, boom. And then I'm giving away some more money, so I got this question of the day. We'll throw that, save that for the end. But thank you very much. I do all my own graphics, self-taught, you know. Back when I didn't have no money, I had to learn Photoshop myself, so that's what I came up with. All right, you guys. So this is TradingView.com. The method that we will be using is patented intellectual property. It's called the Boss Method, owned exclusively for the rights and replication of Brandon Kelly LLC. If you are a profit-seeking entity, you do not and will not ever have my express written consent to use it. If you're a person, I give it to you for free. It's very efficient, very effective, and it uses 3 simple moving averages: a 7, which is that white line up there, a 77, which is that blue line right there, and a 231, which are those columns, right? And the #1 rule is 7. The #1 rule is when the white goes above the blue, you know exactly what you need to do. Put down your money and go get paid, right? White over blue, you know what to do. Buy. Buy, 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 buy. Because that's the market saying we're about to take this thing to the top. And you can see with ZClassic, it did exactly that, right? If you would have been in on this move, you know, all the way back there, white over blue, you would have made about 4,000% in a month. That's crazy, right? Let's say you didn't get it. Let's say you didn't get it. Well, you had another chance over here. White over blue, jump on in there. We're up about 40% right now in a couple days. And it's literally just that easy, you guys. Like I make a lot of videos, make a lot of charts, but it really is very, very simple. At the end of the day, there are 3 parts to any cycle: breakout, breakdown, flatline. What comes next? Breakout, right? So, don't let the scam artists on Wall Street tell them you need to pay them 30% commission and $70,000 a year just to sit back and crunch numbers on some Ponzi scheme hedge fund. This is how you make money. This is how you own your money, and this is how you empower yourself to buy back your freedom. Because unfortunately, you were sold into bondage long before you ever came to be. Welcome to America. What do we see for ZClassic? Well, we see a lot of good things. Number one good thing we see is that the 7 is above the 77. That means the quick money is in the market. Second thing we see is that the 231 is going up and to the right. This is money on money on money. This thing is good. Also, what I see is that, we had this huge run. Honestly, I think ZClassic may be setting up to be one of the most powerful coins in the market. If it can continue this trajectory, basically coming out of nowhere, right? We can go back a little bit. It had a decent run right there. And ultimately, I think we may be looking to hit that right now. Check this out. I haven't done this in a long time, mainly because this is only good for like the first cycle that coins go through. Back in the day, when Bitcoin was like, when it came down from 1200 after the Mt. Gox and went back up and then came down again, a lot of people were trying to draw these little trend lines to forecast all that energy to the future to see where it will fall, right? So it's only good for like the first run, but it looks like we might be able to do it here on ZClassic to where if we say right there, right, that's basically the last little run that it went on, that whole little cycle right there, that's what that looks like. If we want to take this thing all the way back, check this out. Watch this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for 2 major intersections. I'm going to look for this intersection, which is a very, very important intersection. That's our breakdown point, right? Somebody said, read the messages. This is only because of the fork. That's not how it works. Possibly, but what is this? This was already built into the chart, and it wasn't no fork that existed. So, a lot of times people will mistake correlation for causation. I know firsthand from Rolf's mouth that this is a very powerful coin. So if they're doing half the things that he intends it to do, he doesn't really need a fork to get, some real deal money into it. I sat down and talked with him a few times, right? So what we'll do. But thank you for your comment, but a lot of times this stuff is just natural cycles. It has absolutely nothing to do with a fork. People just associate that with this time that we're in right now, even though time in itself doesn't exist. And look at that, just like clockwork, that's where we hit at, right? So this is essentially going to be our new support line. And that goes all the way back to what is this? Start of 2017. Wasn't no fork happening back there, right? So all we're doing is projecting all that energy from the beginning of 2017 to the middle of May 2017, and it's confirmed right here. No fork needed, right? What this tells me is that even after the fork, this yellow line should be our floor. Even if we fall after the fork, we will catch right there between there, and we will continue to go higher. This is built into the chart. It has nothing to do with a fork. And I've seen it time and time and time again on these different charts. A lot of people mistake some of this quick money for a fork when, it didn't work like that. Bitcoin Cash, same thing. Like Bitcoin Cash was a fork. If Bitcoin Cash had no value, they wouldn't have paid so much pre-fork, So that's what this looks like right now. If we wanted to do an extension up here, what I'm about to do now is freestyle on a Fibonacci, boom, boom, to right there. That should give us our new floor, boom, boom, right? So we're going to look to, I would imagine we can push that green all the way up to the 3-2 before we break down into full corrective mode. If not, then this should be the ceiling right there. And that's what we're looking at. So yeah, we have a very strong likelihood to break down on the 2-4. So more than likely we'll do something like this. This is forming a little double top here. We're going to come back down, but chances are we'll catch here. And even if we fall, we'll have enough to keep going higher, right? So actually this isn't a bad time to sell it before the fork, whenever the fork is, because to be honest, it doesn't look like it has much gas left before it starts correcting, right? And you can see we have another area, and I'm showing you guys this has nothing to do with the intersections at all. All I'm showing you guys is where the market came to a consensus at, given these different areas of harmonics. Like, this is how I learned to chart. If you look at Bitcoin's chart, Dash's chart, you can draw lines that go sideways for about 2 years, and it hits these intersections almost perfectly, right? So it looks like ZClassic is just one of those charts that runs sideways for whatever reason. And this is going to be one of the channels that it's running in. Now we're running into the ceiling right here, so this thing is going to have to make a decision right around there. But it certainly has some long-term value, and that has nothing to do with a fork. So again, these are the different levels. It's going to break down, fall to that top line. If it falls from there, it's going to go there. And if it falls from there, it's going to go there. That's what, and then, but by the time we get here, it will be well into another breakout. And that's what you got to look forward to. Take that to the bank. This is the floor right there. If you're able to buy this thing at that 0.012, you better pick it up, because pretty soon it'll be at the 0.018, right? That's a fairly good setup. You can make 50% in a couple weeks, right? So now we expect to see this thing cool off a little bit, see it ride that line, step down the ladder, boom, boom, before it catches this next big wave. This is like advanced charting, like can't nobody on YouTube show you what I'm showing you right now. So if you appreciate that, hit a thumbs up button for a player one time, and I would appreciate you. Let's see, where is this going? It hasn't come down yet. But look at that, look at that. This thing is setting up quick waves right here. Check this out. So this was a high. See that? That's a high. That's a low. It's just a low part of the sine wave, guys. 10th grade trigonometry. SOHCAHTOA. That's a high. Guess what we expect to come over here? What do we expect? Right on time. 1618 on that middle line. You can't beat it. You know? This is harmonics. This is why the USPTO gave me a pat and said, boy, you got something now. I said, boy, that boss method, I tell you what, can't nobody else in the world do that, boy. I said, yeah, I know. I said, yeah, I know. Now let me protect it. Them circle jerk boys on Wall Street can't have no part of it. I give this to the people. Simple geometry, basic energy. What goes around comes around. Everything is a cycle of something that came before it and something yet to be. This is ZClassic. These are the waves that it's going to break down on. This is a very important line right here. This will basically catch the whole chart. You know, it may bottom out again, because then you're going to have some limbo land between here and here. That's going to be, you know, a little limbo land. But then after that, you're back up, you know, 40–50%. This thing is a solid coin. Had a huge breakout. Even after the fork, it still has a lot of value. So that's just something for the market to, you know, falsely associate with something else when it happens. But that's going to be your runway. You know, after we correct right there, I'm going to publish this, you know what I'm saying, ZClassic don't need no fork. There you go. So there you go. That's ZClassic. Haven't done a chart on it before. That was actually my first time looking at the chart, so you kind of get a, I'm gonna say short it now, right? But buy it later. You kind of get a idea of how my mind works inside of it. And again, guys, tradingview.com, BDKelly1203. And that's like an advanced analysis on how to chart like a boss.
Huh. Boss. Like